So I'm here today with Bonji Ohara, who's a Senior Fellow with the International Peace and Security Department of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Ohara-san, thank you so much for joining us today. People around the world have been closely following the COVID-19 pandemic, but in that context, what are some of the larger issues pertaining to the global order that you have been following recently?
Yes, the problem is even while the international community is fighting the COVID-19, the new coronavirus, but the United States and China are fighting the severe political warfare. The article, such as published at March 4th by the Xinhua news agency, titled "The International Community must be grateful for China's justice," showing that China is using the situation of the spread of the new coronavirus to strengthen its influence over the international community. And also the Chinese magazine Jiu Shi published an article on the President Xi Jinping's speech on April 15. We can see the China's intention in these articles. China is trying to avoid the criticism for the Chinese leadership as concealment of the information about the spread of the new coronavirus as the cause of the present situation, and also at the same time try to spread the image of itself as the savior of the international community. China has already resumed its economic activities after it claiming China has already succeeded in containing in the new coronavirus in its countries. We do not know whether China can reach the goal. The goal means China is take place the United States to be the global leader, because Chinese economy also has damage too, as same as the other countries. And I'm not sure China has enough capacity to save international communities. So the situation is not such simple, but China is acting very aggressively in the international community. And China recognized there are power vacuum in the Asian region. The situation in the Asian region means the U.S. aircraft carrier has already less active after the aircraft carriers have the new coronavirus infections. And China recognized it's the kind of power vacuum. Then Chinese Navy and Air Force has been more active in this region. So there are many issues in many domains. So we need to watch on very carefully in this situation.
What do you see as the response from the US side, and what are some of the broader consequences of this situation?
Yes, the United States has already started be worrying about the Chinese challenge to the status of the United States. So the United States has already started criticize the Chinese behaviors in the international community. The situation is complicated. So the China try to increase its influence on the Chinese activities is not only the military affairs, and also in the economic activities like the trade, ICT technologies, and also information network, and also construction of infrastructures, and also in the diplomatic affairs, try to increase its influence over the UN specialized agencies like WHOs. So those kind of the activities all makes the United States to be worried. So we need to watch on the every issues, not only in the military, not only the diplomacy, not only the economy. But, I'm not sure the China can reach the goal, because China also has the many problems. As I said, Chinese economy has already been damaged, and also China has the problem in their domestic policy, political situation, and President Xi has been criticized for the his concealment of the information about the new coronavirus as the cause of the spread of the coronavirus. On the contrary, the Premier Li Keqiang is showing his presence by the publishing the economic stimulate measures. But the stimulate measures is differ from the policy of leadership of the Xi Jinping. So it is a kind of the indication show the unstable condition in the Chinese political power game. Even if China cannot reach the goal, but it has possibility to divide the international community into the two different groups. And even if China cannot be the global leader, but the countries who need to rely on Chinese support, they may support China in the international community. And China has already started supporting the countries who need to support for the healthcare and also in the economy. Like in, for example, in the European regions, it looks there are two different groups. One concerned with the China's challenge to the international community, like Germany and France, and also the Netherlands. The others welcoming China's support, like Italy and also the Serbia. Chinese activities not only in the European region, and also in the Middle East, and also the Southeastern regions, and also in Latin America. So the it means the U.S.-China political warfare has the possibility to divide the international community into two different groups. This situation must have the negative impact on the fight against coronavirus, because the situation may diminish the authority of the United Nations, and also the its ability to solve the international problems.
And finally, where does Japan fit into this issue?
Yes, the Japan, of course, must fight the new coronavirus COVID-19 with the international community, but at the same time, the Japan must be aware the possibility of the change of the international orders, world orders, after the fight against the coronavirus. Japan does not have enough influence over the U.S.-China political warfare, and Japan does not have the enough influence on United States and also on the China by itself. So Japan must consider the cooperation with the other regions and countries to have the influence, because the divided international community and also the New World Order must not be the advantageous to the Japan. So Japan must consider its own national interest. And we understand the European countries, so-called middle powers, and also the Australia has their own national interest. And in the situation of the US-China political warfare, the other middle powers are considering the new framework of the cooperation in the security issues and also economic issues. So it is the opportunity to Japan to consider the cooperation with them. Then if Japan succeeds to cooperate with the so-called middle powers, then we could have the influence over the US-China political warfare. And we cannot wait for the result of their major power game, but we also need to try to control this situation by ourselves.